welcome everyone. Great to see you today. It's such a great day for everyone here. So I'm happy to welcome you in our great campus, and I'm also happy to welcome a lot of people who are watching us online in Livestorm, Facebook, LinkedIn. So welcome everyone. Very, very thrilled to welcome you tonight. Thanks for coming. I am MG, I am Wagon Montreal co-founder, so it's a pleasure to have you with us today to discover great products. So little reminder for people joining us live, we will have a question period at the end after the demos, so feel free to ask your questions online, either on the comment section of Facebook, LinkedIn, or on the questions tab on Livestorm. The students will be able to answer any of your questions you would have about their bootcamp experience and their products. So please feel free to ask any questions you would have. Also, introduce yourself in the chat. We'd like to hear from you, where you're from, why you're here. Feel free to let us know where you're from. So welcome again, and thanks for being here. So it's a very exciting moment for us, right? It's the last day of a very intensive 24 weeks journey, part-time, that you've just finished for the web development batch, namely batch 640. And we are really looking forward to presenting these products. You've been building the past weeks with lots of work, energy, dedication. So let's start. I would like actually to start with a huge round of applause for you, to congratulate you and encourage you. More, I want to hear more. Yeah. Great, it's really good to hear claps, real claps, you know, not just emojis claps. But I can hear actually the emojis claps we had on Livestorm, I'm sure we had. So before we get started, I would like to introduce you to Le Wagon. For those who don't know who we are, so Le Wagon started in Paris in 2013, and for a startup it's a long time ago. For a more traditional company, it's like we are baby. But we did lots of huge steps along the way. Because more than 13 graduates have went through our program, so we are very proud of these. We have 44 campuses around the world, so we are a huge community, and we are very proud that today you are joining this great, amazing international community. And also another thing we are very proud about is that we are the most acclaimed coding bootcamp in the world according to the students' review in reference website. So this is something we are really proud about. So at Le Wagon, and this is something that you could see tonight and you could hear from our graduates, that we have a lot of focus on practice. You learn by doing, you learn by practicing. And this is exactly what you're going to discover in a few moments. So many of our graduates have gone and actually continued to work on their projects and launched startups after their Le Wagon experience. We'll see if some of you will keep working on your products after, but it's very exciting to know that this is one of possibilities actually. So at Le Wagon we have two main courses. One about learning to learn web development. That's what you're going to discover in a few moments. Another one in data science, which actually gives skills to join a data team, which is a bit different from what you're going to see tonight. Very interesting also to know that amongst our graduates, our alumni, our students, you all come from various backgrounds, not only cultural backgrounds, but also professional backgrounds, which makes it an amazing group of people. Some of you were just finishing university, some were working in careers which were unrelated to tech for many years before joining our program, but they all have different goals actually with this bootcamp, but they all had in common the great determination and motivation to change life by gaining technical skills. So this is something quite impressive. Some of them would want to become web developers. Some would want to become freelancers. Others would want to join business skills with tech skills, such as product management or consulting. So there are various career paths that you can take after Le Wagon, and that's what we see. So tonight, what you're going to discover, actually, it's what our graduates tonight have went through during their 24 weeks part-time journey. They've been learning how to code 2 evenings a week and Saturdays for 6 months, which is a great commitment. And they've learned how to code, of course. They've learned how to think like developers, and most of all, they also learn how to learn, which is a great skill to have today because it's just the beginning. So for those who haven't never coded before, you cannot imagine the challenge of coding what you're going to see tonight in just a few days, because at the end, it's about 10 days to code these apps. Especially when you know that before their coding bootcamp, most of them didn't have any technical background. So it's very, very impressive. They went through all the steps to code an app from scratch, from the design sprint, from imagining the product, designing it, prototype it, define the tech spec, code it, of course, host it, deploy it online to the cloud. So all the workflow developers go through. That's how they worked the past months. And at least, share it to the world to be able to pitch it tonight. So, here they are. So believe me, you're going to be very impressed of what you're going to see. Are you ready to start? Yes. Yeah? Okay. So let's welcome the first team. I'd like to welcome Clean Cuts team. So Kevin, Jeremy, please join the stage. And so this app, Clean Cuts, has been built by Francesco, Jeremy B, Kevin, and Jeremy A. And this is an app who will allow you to book the best barbershop in town. So I will. Hop, that's good. Merci.
Testing. Oh, we're good. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. My name is Kevin, and like most of you, we've been affected by the pandemic in one way or another. For me, obviously, bad hair, decent beard. Could do better though, obviously. What was this? Sorry. Sorry, the hair is shrinking my head. Can't think. What was this? Sorry. Hold on. Yeah. Sorry guys, sorry. Yeah, the thing is, look at I start work next week, and I need to find a solution. Obviously, I need to find a barber. So, and I'm sick and tired of automated messages from social media and on the phone with different barbershops. It's kind of annoying. You don't want to speak to robots, right? So, also too, I don't have time to deal with receptionists. The back and forth about appointments. Is he available? Is he not available? Et cetera, et cetera. And my buddy told me about this app that he found, and he had a great experience with his barber. Found it through this app, and the app is called Clean Cuts. So let's take a look. All right, top barbers near me, Joe Arsenault. Okay, he's been a barber for 30 years. That's a lot of time under his belt. George Stephanopoulos. I've been a barber since I was in high school and honed my craft over the years. Great memory. Great haircut is in memory. Okay, that's good. Michelle Tremblay. Choosing a good hairstylist is like choosing your life partner. Wow, that's very deep. Let's take a look at all the barbers in Montreal. Oh, nice. Okay, we found 7 barbers. Let's see. Charlie Angel. That's a cool name. No matter what haircut you go for, a great barber makes all the difference. Another deep saying there. Let's take a look at where they're located at, all these barbers. Charlie Angel, next to the 15, that's a bit far from me. Let's look at someone else. Edward Nigma, that name sounds familiar. Let's take a look at him. Cutting edge haircuts in a classic barbershop setting that you can't find anywhere else. Come experience it. That's pretty welcoming. Let's look at his reviews. Mediocre haircut. Barber kept asking me to solve his riddles. Yeah, no, I don't want to choose him. Let's go back, see if we could find someone better. Yeah, Jeremy Barberman. Can't go wrong with Barber in the last name. Oh, and he has top ratings. Let's take a look at him. I've been cutting my hair for my entire life. When I first got into cutting hair, I used to practice on my brother. Now I get to share my craft with the world. Wow, can't go wrong with that. You won't want to screw up your own brother's hair, right? Right? Let's look at his reviews. Great barber, played guitar for me after the cut, and asked if I wanted to join his band with Stefan and Nicholas. Oh wow, you get serenaded after a haircut? That's pretty cool. Not sure about joining the band. Let's take a look at his services. What does he offer? All right, haircut, $25 in 20 minutes. Beard, $12 in 15 minutes. That's pretty cheap. Both beard and haircut, $35 in 35 minutes. Okay, that's pretty cool. Reasonable prices. Let's lock it in. Okay, I need the haircut next Monday. Probably in the morning would be best, 10 a.m. That's great. And it's going to be for the hair and beard. Nice, 10 a.m. Perfect. Let's lock it in. Okay, nice. Nice. It saves into my profile so I don't forget. Also, I wanted to ask Jeremy a quick question. What he offers for Movember, if there's any specials. Let me chat with him on the chat. See what he offers for Movember coming up. Well, actually, we're already in Movember. I hope he responds quickly. Hey, Kevin. I do style mustaches. Free of charge for Movember. Looking forward to cutting your hair. Wow, that's awesome. Free of charge. No one gives anything for free, right, these days? Thanks. Nice. All right, perfect. Everything's locked in. Let me write him a review. That was great customer service. I hope he does the same for cutting hair. Just say great customer service. Man, I can't type. I got thumbs for fingers. Yeah, I hope he does good for the cut as well. Probably write him another review. All right, perfect. Thank you, Clean Cuts.
Congrats, Tim. Good job. Very useful app, for sure. Thanks for the... I can't take it. Thank you very much. So let's welcome now, let's move on to the next project and welcome the next team. I'm calling Food Fluent, Sophia and Veronica on stage. And Veronica, please come here. And so this app has been built by Sophia, Veronica, Juan, and Chris. Together they built a great app which lets you look for restaurants and accommodate everyone's dietary restrictions. So stage is yours.
Thank you. Well, hello, friends. My name is Veronica, and I feel like most people, I really enjoy going to restaurants, especially with friends. I find that food is best when it's enjoyed with other people. But lately, due to environmental worries, I decided to go vegan. This started creating a lot of problems when I realized that when it comes to going to restaurants, it is a pain to be the one vegan friend. Especially when you have friends who have either other food allergies or have other dietary needs. We end up going online, looking for places, find the same 3 restaurants, not be sure if we can actually eat there because we don't know if we will actually like the food that we have available for us, and then just end up eating a salad. So after complaining about this for like the 10th time to my friend Sophia, she recommended that I created an account with Fluent. So let's check it out together, I guess. First, I forgot to mention that I also have a tree nut allergy. It is kind of severe, so I probably don't want any restaurant that offer me things with tree nuts in it, so let's update that. And I told my friend Jeremy B that we would hang out, so let's see if I can find him. Oh yeah, there he is. So let's add him as a friend. And my friend Chris is also here. I told him that we would hang out with Sophia next week so that we could do different stuff together. So let's add him. So yeah, I told Chris that he would hang out with me, Sophia, and Kevin. So let's get all together. Hopefully we can talk about how fun it is to do a boot camp together. But first, I kind of haven't talked to Kevin in a while. He's been very busy lately. So I just wanted to recap what his dietary needs are. He is a pescatarian and he cannot eat eggs. I don't know if he's allergic or if he just doesn't like them, but I guess that's him. And Sophia is a vegetarian. She cannot drink alcohol and she is gluten-free. Chris, I think it's the same as Kevin's, so Chris should have an easier time finding a restaurant. So let's see what he can find. There's omnivore. That seems really interesting. It has a 47% compatibility rate. That means that we can probably eat around 47% of the food that is actually on the menu. That sounds pretty good. Let's check it out. So the menu seems kind of interesting, but I want to see what I can particularly eat. I don't know if I can eat any of that stuff. So what can I eat? Oh, that is really cool. I have 2 different main courses. There's a lot of really nice sides. We all know that starters are like the best part of going to a restaurant. What about Chris? Chris can eat a lot. He actually has a better menu option than me. Maybe I shouldn't have gone vegan. What about Sophia? Oh, Sophia, actually, I'm not complaining anymore. But she still has pretty good options. She has an actual main side, and all her starters look pretty darn good. So I think that I really want to go check this place out. I want to go to the website and and send it to my friends tomorrow. Hopefully they also want to go there next week. So let's see if my friend Jeremy B has finally answered my messages. I want to see if he actually wants to be my friend. And he does. Okay, so I know that Jeremy and Juan wanted to hang out because Juan is going out to Ottawa on Monday. So let's see if there's different restaurant options for the 3 of us. Oh, that looks pretty interesting. But let's check out Damas. It has a 33% compatibility rate, so that must be really good. I think Sophia told me that she didn't want to go out with me anymore. So let's see what she wants, if they can also eat there to that restaurant. Oh, Jeremy has a hard time. Let's see if we let's see if there's other options that we can find for the 3 of us. Let's go back to let's go back. I am determined. Let's go, let's switch our search. I know that I want to hang out with Juan, so sorry, Jeremy. You can come to Omnivore next week. Oh, there is Le Pantervert. So at least Juan and I are gonna get to go to an actual vegan place for once. Let's see what we can eat. So it showed 100%, and you can tell I have a lot more options than at Omnivore. And Juan has also all those options available. So I think I'm gonna call him and tell him that we can have this place, and then gonna call Le Pantervert to see if I can book a table. Thank you so much, Fluent.
Good job. Great pitch. Congratulations, everyone. So this is it for the 2 pitches. So before we go to the question period, I would encourage you to start over and congratulate them. I want to hear lots of applause. So good job, everyone. That's great. That's awesome. You didn't see, but I saw so many great comments on the chat in Livestorm. People are really impressed about the design and your app, which are really cool. So now we will open to a question period. If ever you have questions here, please just raise your hand. Someone will come, actually Jeff, not someone, but the only Jeff will come to pass on the microphone so you can ask your question. And if there are some questions online, I will be able to read them. But so as to start, I'll let you think about your questions. I have one I always love asking after these great pitches. So can you tell us what was the thing you liked the most about your coding experience or the last project weeks you did? So you can join the stage if you want to, anyone you want to answer the questions, come here. I will give you the microphone so you can share with us what did you like the most about your experience.
For me, it was probably Saturday morning with at St. Viator Bagel with Jeremy. With Jeremy that never shows up. No. Honestly, it was an amazing experience to learn something like coding and stuff. But just meeting like all my buddies there in the team and also Fluent, and special shout out to the TAs, Stefan and Nick and Romain and Jeff and Enos and Christina and MG. It's just amazing experience. I would probably pay another 10,000 to do it again.
Anywhere else? Anyone else? Go.
I guess, yeah. Hi, everyone. For me, it was really the learning process. They're very supportive, and they really teach you through like different ways, the challenges and everything. Even especially when you're stuck, it's not just about giving the answers, taking you through the steps so that you really understand. So yeah, thank you really to all the teachers, and obviously this is a great experience. I think we were lucky to be a small batch, so also obviously working on the same challenges over and again with the students, forces us to really think about thinking out the problems, how do we solve them, etc. And it was really amazing. So thanks.
Thanks, Sophia.
I think for me it was just seeing it come together, because at the beginning it's you start to design just random ideas, and then out of nowhere you start coding and it starts to take shape. So I think just seeing it come to the end, it's a really, it's really fulfilling.
Thank you, Juan. Anyone else?
Sorry for hogging the mic, my God. I feel like my favorite thing was the fact that I actually learned to get a lot more confident on myself and my abilities to learn and do new things. Because before I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this thing. That sounds too hard. And then having Nick or Romain or any other TA come and tell me no, this is actually really easy. You can just do it. And suddenly realize that it was me who was stopping me a lot of the way. So yeah, I guess that.
Thank you. It's great to hear, actually. Giving confidence is something very important. So we have a couple of questions online. A question from Vic. A question for both teams. What was the toughest part in your product creation process? Was it the ID, validation, design, coding? So can you answer? What was the toughest part of your product creation process? Don't be shy.
I think for me, the thing I least anticipated was well, the data available. So when I first started this project, or when I came up with it, I'm like, we're just going to scrape websites. And no one told me how difficult that would be. So right when we started the ads, we're like, we're going to have to find something else. So, I think probably the most I spent my time on was gathering information, and really creating something that made sense. So yeah, that was something I could not have foreseen, is really proper databases. I have a genuine appreciation for databases now. Yeah. So,
Yeah, the hardest part for us was building the schema, because it's two users, right? So you have a client and you have the barber, so it's like almost essentially two different apps we're building. So we had twice the work. That was probably the hardest part to do, but I mean, we came this far. I mean, it was like bare bones and just filled in everything, so that was it, basically.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I would say that their biggest challenge was learning to work as a team. Because for most of the bootcamp, we learned to code on our own, and then you have to blend that with someone else who has a different style. And so I think that was the biggest challenge that we learned to manage.
Thank you, Juan. Yeah, sometimes, and most of the time, the challenges is not just technical, but it could be also all the soft skills and management and, people that could be involved. So it's a great experience, and you learn a lot as when you work in teams as well. So you didn't acquire just tech skills, but also soft skills out of this bootcamp. It's great to hear. Are there any other of you willing to answer this question, or I can go to the next one, maybe? Yeah? Okay. So the next question is a very simple question. Are you guys looking for jobs? Yes? Raise your hand. Yes, they do. So if you have a job, developers, I know that some of you want to be product managers, freelancers, front-end, back-end, full stack. So yes, definitely reach out to us. If you want to get in touch with them, we can arrange something. Another question. When you start a web app from scratch, what are the first things you start working on? Question of organization. Who wants to answer this one? Veronica, Fran? Okay, we can answer both actually.
Yeah, the first thing we worked on was setting up our database schema, and then just starting to build it on Figma to see how we wanted it to look. So we had the general direction of where we were going with the app, and yeah, that was it.
Well, I was going to kind of answer the same thing, but a little bit different. So we kind of did start with the schema, and that was like the first step. But after we did that, I guess what we did is that the thing that helped us a lot is that we split the team kind of like into two. And we have two people working on, okay, how do we want the flow to be? How do we want to like access the thing? And then we had two people thinking, okay, how do you actually do that, make that work? So that can be just having the original models or having the most basic methods that you need. So yeah, being able to tell who can do what and splitting that work fairly.
Thank you. So we have another question from Christina for both teams. What is your biggest takeaway from this program? Huge question. The biggest takeaway. Any idea?
Well, I guess a funny thing is, for me at least, is that I have like a background in music. I studied art, so I thought that I would really enjoy front end because it's all about the visual and making things pretty, and not at all. I was really bad at it, and I'm really glad the guys were here to rescue me when I was like breaking the layout of our app. So yeah, for me it was discovering that and also that it's okay to you don't have to be good at like both, but Front end, not so much my thing, but still love it. You know, still learn to use it and everything. But yeah, I was very surprised for myself. Anyone else?
Anyone else wants to share their biggest takeaway? Come on. Come on, guys. You surely have at least one.
I think learning to be resourceful. I think, yeah, learning to be resourceful. Like, you can always find the answer somewhere. So I think it's like learning to learn, or learning to find information. That's the biggest takeaway.
Thank you, Juan. Anyone else? Kevin?
No, biggest takeaway is problem solving. Really, really huge, and how to Google stuff is very big, very, very big, and it's not cheating. It's not cheating. No, that wasn't true. Sharing is caring.
Thanks, Kevin. So we have another question from Isabel. Feel free also to raise your hand if you have a question in the audience, so we won't forget you. Isabel is asking, what other feature did you want to add and did not have the time to implement? Francesco, you want to answer this one?
Yeah, we wanted to add a favorites feature, so people could favorite their favorite barber, depending on if you ever wanted to go back to them. So that would have been the next thing we would have liked to have added, and maybe putting a bit more work on the map, making it more functional for people to use and see their own like location on the map. That would have been our next steps.
I think I would have liked to add a map to ours, because we just did not have the time for that, and maybe like booking or accepting invitations to a restaurant. So that would have been the two big features that I would have liked.
Also, I wanted to be able to create a restaurant. Right now, we did it on the developers. A developer is the only one who was able to create a website, but I wanted to have it more, but it was a little bit too time consuming. Just finding restaurants was already hard enough. So yeah, that one.
Create restaurants. So there's always lots of features we want to build. All right, so we have more questions here. One is about the design. Emmanuel, if the design in Figma and the coding were done by different team members, how did you handle the handoff? So how did you manage to create the design, I guess, in teams? Maybe each team can answer because you might have worked differently as well.
So I did most of the design in Figma. So I think like the thing we did the best is that as we were advancing the logic, we kind of adjusted the design to make it possible with how the functionality worked. But yeah, first we had just like a rough idea of how the app was supposed to look. Then we made the adjustment as we had more information from how we created the app.
Clean Cuts team. Yeah.
Okay. Basically, we were like two teams for beginning. Like one team was the back end, 2 people, and the other team was front end. The 2 Jeremys. My name is Jeremy Antoine, Jeremy A, and Jeremy Boxerman, Jeremy B. And so what we did is we started working on a Figma. I did the first draft, and then he came helping me, and basically took all over it, and we worked like together like as a proper team, and we never gave up on the communication. I think this is the basic, this is the foundation. I mean, like it's really, really important. You cannot go like 2 separate ways. You have to like go the same way and talk a lot. And then we joined the backend team, and we basically our work is like a real like teamwork. Every night we play a video game, so like we are like a real team, like people talking, communicating, no matter what, anything about. I mean, like, yeah, it was a really good experience, and that's the way we set it.
All right. So do we have more questions? There is one question from Matthias online. Are there any ranking algorithm for the barbers? Are there any ranking algorithm? Did you build any ranking algorithm? You want to answer? Yeah.
Yeah, there's no ranking algorithm right now, but it's just randomized for present time. But eventually, that's something we can add after the favorites.
Which brings me another question: Are you gonna still work on your app? Do you want to keep going? Yeah. Both of them. Yeah. Cool. Great. So maybe a few startups, new startups soon. All right. So not only for jobs, but for fundraising as well. Great. So Christina is asking, what do you wish you had known on your first day of the program? Great question. And there's actually two questions. What would you tell someone who is just starting? So your best advice you would give to someone who will start the bootcamp? Yeah.
Trust the process. We kept saying it over and over. I even had it as my Zoom background because it will get intimidating, but you will baby steps all along the way until it's not scary anymore and it looks like an actual language.
Here, flashcards. Well, taking away from that, like basically very similar, but it's when you feel kind of overwhelmed about a problem, you don't even know where to start. There's so many bugs, etc. Or how do I even start this app idea? It's one bite at a time. So they helped us a lot with developing that instinct of like, okay, let's stop. Let's see where you start. Start with this thing. What do we do first? So that helps a lot. Okay.
It's my advice is trust in Romain. No, it's to my best advice is to take your time at the beginning and to learn to become more self-sufficient and go online and find the answers for yourself and to do your flashcards. That's important.
So thanks a lot. So now we will give you your certificate. So I'm calling Stéphane on stage. So, Sophia. Avance. Congrats, Sophia. Francesco. Congratulations. Bravissimo. Juan. Good job. Oh, flowers. Wow. Congrats. Chris. Yay. Good job. Congrats. And Jeremy Boxerman. Jeremy B. Yay. Good job, Jeremy. Kevin. Woo. And Jeremy A. Good job. And last but not least, Veronica. Congratulations. Good job. Congratulations, everyone. You remember this was your first day 6 months ago, so congratulations again. And of course, I would like to thank your amazing teachers and TA. We all know all this would not have been possible without our amazing teams, and you know that. Not only Le Wagon staff also who are supporting, you know, behind the scene, but also our teachers, TA, you share your passions. Every session, you keep your smile even at the most stressful situation. You're always there to help them, during this intensive journey. So you played a major role in their learning and their achievements. So for me, it's an absolute pleasure to be surrounded by such a great team, and I'm sure that you agree with this, right? So seeing your face and your result. So massive congratulations again, everyone. You nailed it. Of course, it's really nice to see the outcome, but it's just the beginning. There's so many things that will happen next, and but for now, you deserve a nice celebratory drink, some rest on Sunday, and we'll get back to see you on Tuesday for to speak about your career. So the next steps after your bootcamp. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. I would like to invite you to our upcoming events. If you are hiring, we have this event coming in December 10, where you're going to be able to meet them and other graduates to discuss of your hiring needs and be able to chat with our amazing graduates. We also have some new batches coming in 2022. So these batches are open for application if you are interested in joining Le Wagon. There's 2 batches in web development, 1 part-time, 1 full-time, starting in January, and data science, we have a batch starting in the spring and another one in July during the summer. If you would like to know more information about Le Wagon, how, for example, to finance Le Wagon Bootcamp, or any other questions you would have, we have a great session next November 16, where you would be able to ask any questions you would have. I'd be happy to answer these questions. And finally, a great talk we have with developers, women developers, on November 17th, in partnership with Abil, who is a tech company. Very happy to discover the day of a life of a developer working in the field. So it's a great chat we're going to have with these women developers, and everybody's invited, of course. And also workshops. So we love doing workshops. We have one great one about APIs on December 15. So please, if you're interested in all these events, you can register, stay up to date by joining our meetup group. We have many events throughout the year. So we'll be we're very happy to welcome you in our community. Thanks. That's it for now. Let's have a drink now. Congratulations again. Thanks for watching us online. Bye-bye. Have a great evening.